Thank you. Take a look at our Cheetah Championship step ladder bracket. Andrew Anderson, Jacob Buttroff, bat leadoff, Chris Kelso. Bam Bam is back in match number 2. Kyle Sherman in match number 3. Cristian Azcona, your 1 seed.
Make it, make it, make it.
Ooh. Another open frame for Anderson. Not the time for that. And I see Jacob Buttroff will advance to take on Chris Kelso in match number 2. Cleans that one up.
Yeah, it's too bad because if Anderson strikes in that 9th frame, we've got a real ball game heading into the 9th and 10th for Buttroff. Instead,
do you want to see
he gift wraps match number 1 to Jacob.
Andrew will roll out here.
There's a lot of friction on the outside part of the lane.
Speed bowling in play here, as this one is already in the books.
And let me give the folks at home Anderson's just due with the bowling ball he used that game. It was a blue tank. But it's Jacob Buttroff moving on. You got like a real favorite guy coming up next.
Oh man. For the win! We're tied! We're tied! We're tied at 183s! Bam Bam lives! Step up, big man, let's roll! Second day in a row we go to a roll-off.
Man, he almost left the bedpost. Gets the 10 to kick late. Otherwise, he's done.
Dialed in, late kick in the 7.
Check out this pin action. Wow. The pin that was supposed to hit it didn't come near. Pin going off the back of the deck caught that 7.
Don't try to make sense of things tonight, Randy.
I know, man. It's crazy.
Buttroff! It's over! Bam Bam moves on! Wow! What a match! An epic showdown! He has stepped up in some major pressure moments tonight.
He really has.
Got 2 in the 10th last game, and then of course 3 straight strikes in that roll-off. Knows a strike here, and essentially that's going to be enough to roll into the title game.
Got to have this one.
Kyle moves on. Brave effort from Bam Bam. Kelso, always good to see you on the tour. Get out here more often, but Kyle Sherman is able to move on. The 2 seed will take on Cristian Azcona next in our title match.
Good job, brother.
Let's roll out the tail of the tape, and these 2 guys, numbers-wise, pretty evenly matched.
Yeah. You want to know something else about these 2? They went to the same university together.
Oh, that's right. Good one. Lindenwood in St. Charles, Missouri. They were both part of the 2014 Intercollegiate National Championship team. Back row. Kyle in the center. Azcona on the right. Azcona's second shot here in the title match. Throws that one in for back-to-back opening jacks.
And he's also using urethane. And my good friend Nick Brown did some research. And remember when I said I couldn't remember the last time I saw nothing but urethane go down the lane?
I do.
Yeah, it was a long, long time ago. It was last year's U.S. Open that Chris Vi won. Yeah.
Hey, man, last year does seem like a long time ago in this world. Yeah, right through the nose.
Just bailed on it. Just bailed on it.
Yeah, as soon as he let it go, I didn't like it. All right. Ball over here to the right side of the 3-pin. Cut it into the 4 and the 7. The ball take care of the 6. This was the split Belmonte made last night yesterday without the 7-pin.
About 21% of the time on the tour, it's cleaned up. Those stats, courtesy of our partners at Lane Talk. Get down, 7-pin, you dirty little. Come on, man.
Yeah, so very similar to Belmonte's. He had the 10-pin instead of the 6, but that's just unlucky.
You hear this crowd grumbling and mumbling and yelling at that 7-pin?
Hey.
Love this audience in Wisconsin.
Oh my God.
Why aren't we here more often?
Yeah, we need to be. I mean, this is PBR country. This is bowling country.
I found myself a little PBR haunt last night, too, by the way. Tasted good. Back on the strike train is Sherman. So he's bouncing back from Top Gun and Friends. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah.
The strike song?
Yeah. Azcona using Purple Hammer as well. As you take a look at his arsenal, the reactive balls haven't made an appearance on this telecast. And he is curving the whole lane with that ball. And that's the problem of covering that many boards with urethane on this pattern. If you don't get it to the dry part of the lane, if you don't get it far enough to the right, it's not going to come off of that spot.
210. Oh, boy. Surprised that number is that high. 15% of the time it's cleaned up. I know these are the world's best, but this is a tough one. Oh my, what a cleanup, Kimberly, for a guy who frankly doesn't think he's having that great of a season.
Yeah, absolutely, because during our pre-show interview, Cristian described his season so far as not great. But when we asked him how he changed that to get into this final, he said, I started practicing more, but really it was more mental. He told us he is actively trying to not have expectations when going into competition, so he can solely focus on his physical game.
He said, if you're not at your best against the best in the world, you'll get your head beat in.
Yeah. Well?
Yeah, you betcha! Oh. From 7-10 to a strike like that.
Head pin to the sidewall. Another pin into the 7. Head pin into the 10. Go to your home.
Great reaction from Azcona.
Is it Sherman's time? Is he poised to step up on the big stage, the biggest stage in our sport, and execute to take away that trophy right there?
Yeah, just one tour title for Kyle Sherman. He teamed with Amanda Green to win the 2019 Storm PBA PWBA mixed doubles. His dad, Dennis, in attendance. Always so great when you can do these things in front of family as well.
Not a better feeling. That's pretty good. Again, that soft footer 10.
Got real quiet in here, didn't it?
It sure did.
This place has been bouncing the last couple days.
Hi.
Brings that one up.
Well then.
Put that on a t-shirt. Now buy 10.
I mean, that's
Wow.
it's so scary playing that angle with urethane. Now, if you were using reactive resin and you were covering that many boards, I can see it. But I think your margin for error is so small doing that. I mean, Azcona is as good as anybody at throwing the big slow hook.
248. Covered 77% of the time on the tour.
We get that from our good friends at Lane Talk. For
Yes,
more
sir.
information on Lane Talk, visit lanetalk.com. Good cover. By the way, I'm in constant communication via cell phone with Lane Talk, their people. They're constantly sending me stats and information.
They don't send me anything. Oh, good decision on their part.
I'll share it with you.
All right, we're through 5. Cheetah Championship. We're with you to the conclusion. Azcona started with a pair of strikes. After that, 8 spare strike, 7 spare.
How about Cristian Azcona? Is 10 boards left of where Kyle Sherman is. That's got a hook.
That does. We were on Fox yesterday with the World Championship, on FS1 tonight, tomorrow night, and Wednesday night.
Trouble throwing urethane and you can't get the weak 10 out, and we see it time and time again when urethane is used for that many games, it just starts to burn up and quit down lane. And watch, 6-pin sidewall and just
One more time, what was that? Yep. Kyle's got to take care of this, and then he's got to figure something out fast. He didn't look over at his team. You know, he knew what he was going to do.
Oh, come on.
I mean, I think at this point right now, he's not going to get out of the zone he's in. It's all going to come down to touch, and just putting the good stuff on it to get it to come around the corner hard enough to get that 10.
Find his dad. I'm going to find one of those beverage receptacles as well. Care to join me?
It's a silly question.
Azcona.
Again.
248.
Back to back on that lane for Cristian, the
248.
2-4-8. And again, he was just a little bit faster with his ball speed.
That is a perplexed look he has. 2 was a weeble wobble, but couldn't fall down.
Better pay this one some respect.
Curled that one in nicely. Both are happy to be on that left lane. The right lane has certainly a different story, as you see the numbers there. And Azcona is on the left.
Azcona will finish the match on the left.
Oh, there we go.
Oh. So it looks like the adjustment for both players on the right lane has to be speed. You got to make sure you get soft enough.
Azcona taking his time, being told 8 shot clock violations for him over the course of the last 6 frames. But you know what? It's worth it if it's going to get you a title.
Absolutely. I'm with you.
Sherman down 12 to close out the 8th. Good looking shot, Kyle.
So that time he looked like he did it with his wrist.
Double for Sherman, he cuts the lead of Azcona to just 2 pins. 9th frame.
Just like that, it's a 2-pin match.
Definitely looked like he tried to get a little more on that. And maybe a hair around it more.
Well, these two with 2 frames left, separated by just 2 pins.
You see the max score. No matter what Kyle does, he can't shut out Azcona, but Azcona has only struck 1 time on that right lane. Oh, it's a beauty when he needed it most. Pressure goes right back on Azcona.
Yeah, baby! Come on! That's 3 in a row for Sherman. 6 total strikes for him. Had that open frame in the second. That's been his one bugaboo. But the lead is at 8 now. Azcona, the 1 seed, steps up. Azcona, 2 strikes in his last 3 frames, but both of them came on the left lane. He's now on the right lane, which has been problematic. And continues to give him issues.
Just can't get it around the corner on that right lane.
210 he leaves.
He could have literally left 3 of those in a row on that lane.
He did take care of the 210 back in the 3rd frame.
And guess what lane it was on?
Right lane.
Yep. So he goes 210, 248, 248, 210. Last 4 shots on the right lane. To have any chance, in my opinion, he has to cover this.
Did it once, but not twice. Open frame. Untimely moment for that. Foundation frame 9th. And you see the max score swing, and now it's a 20-pin deficit. Azcona needs a string of strikes here to apply some pressure and remain in contention for that trophy.
Kyle Sherman, excuse me, is going to win his first singles title.
Feel for Cristian right now. 10th at the World Championship. Trying to make a late run up the Kia PBA playoff points list. Could still make the Shark Show. Still have the USBC Masters to go, but an open frame in the 9th, an open frame in the 10th.
And an event that was the highest scoring of the the World Series of Bowling 13 scoring pace tonight was not very good.
Kyle Sherman, keep it on the lane. You've got yourself a title. The drinks are on Pops.
You're going to seek him out, aren't you?
For the win. 9 is enough. Yes.
Congrats, bro.
Yes. This satisfying moment of the match brought to you by Snickers. Nothing satisfies like a Snickers. Nothing satisfies like a PBA Tour title. Keep dropping them, Kyle.
Yes!
You know, he hung in there and he used his talent. He used his talent, his touch, and he stayed committed.
We talked about him in the open. This kid is destined for big things. And it pays off. His first ever singles title. Hug it out with Pops.
Yes.
Commissioner Tom Clark there as well.
Oh, this thing. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. This crowd is crazy. Thank you, Storm. Thank you, Turbo, Bowler Depot, and all the Brad and Kyle fans out there on the YouTube channel, my family. Oh, God, this is crazy. Thank you. Finally.